So, after a couple unexpected surprises in the last couple days, we're finally talking about the new Mastodon album, Hushed and Grim. So I was pretty looking forward to this album, considering Emperor of Sand killed, Cold Dark Place EP was awesome, the Fallen Torches single that they put out in medium rarities, also amazing, and then all 3 singles they put out, fucking awesome. So needless to say, I had some pretty high expectations for this album. And did it meet those expectations? Well, let's talk about it. So we have 15 tracks here, and I don't want to go on for like 9 hours on this album. So I'm pretty much going to go rapid fire through like my track reviews. Usually I have like a couple things to say about every song. But for this one, actually a lot of them, I have like one thing I want to mention in each of them. So I just don't want to spend too much time going through each track because there's 15 of them. So we're just going to kind of speed through them. Well, the album starts with Pain with an Anchor. Now, besides the 3 singles, I think this is definitely my favorite song off the album. The drum intro just immediately starts slaying it, and then the leads come in. There's some really great leads all throughout this album, and this one is one of my favorites. And especially with the last half of the song after the final chorus. Brand is an absolute maniac, absolute killer of an intro track. And then we have The Crux, which the only thing I want to mention in this song is that like I think vocally this is probably one of my favorites. There's some really cool melodies they have going on. Just the vocals really stand out, especially when he's screaming, "I feel the pressure." More like, I feel the pressure trying to say anything else about this song. But then we move on to Sickle and Peace, which this song has one of the coolest choruses I have ever heard in my life. It's so haunting, and it sounds like they recorded it, singing it, when they're like going through a tunnel. Like the way they say like Sickle and Peace, and how it goes like down like that. It sounds so cool. I love the chorus in this song. And the verses, the verse riff and like the cymbal grooves going on during the verses. Those are some fierce grooves. Yeah, that song is I really like Sickle and Peace. And then we get into More Than I Could Chew, and the only thing, the last half of the song has like the same kind of like power chord progression going on, and that sounds really cool. And that's about it. The Beast, I really like the country-ish. It has very country-ish kind of like riffs going on. But overall, the song is just kind of whatever. Skeleton of Splendor, I really like the mood they have going on. Like, it's a lot of mid-tempo, like, chugging along. And, like, they keep holding the guitar notes for a while. And I just really like... This song just has a really good mood to it. And then there's a little key part that goes on throughout the song, which... The keys come in occasionally in this album, and anytime they do, I think it's really cool. And then we got Tear Drinker, the other single. Just more great leads and more great vocals. Bran is easily best member of the band. Not only can he smack the set like a absolute madman, but he can do it while having a really good voice and like keeping in pitch, which I think is really impressive. And then we have a bass solo, which those are always welcome. Then there's like a normal solo, a guitar solo, which there's a couple in the album too. Which, I mean, Mastodon does sometimes, but like not that often. And I think this album has like the most solos I've ever heard from them. But then again, it's also the longest album, so maybe that's why. And then we move on into the first single, Pushing the Tides. And it's our shortest song, and it's my favorite song. Just like The Quest with the Ice Bridge, I hate when the first single is my favorite song, but this song just, wow, it's just constantly just thrashing along, and it's super like YYZ vibes, which, if you know me, is my shit. Just the dissonant riffs going on in the chorus, or the verse, and then the chorus is super catchy with Pushing the Tides. Brand, of course, again, just, oh man. And then there's like war chimes going on during like the break or something. I wish this song was like 45 minutes, to be honest. I really like what they had going on in this one. And that is actually the end of Disc 1. So moving on to Disc 2 with Peace and Tranquility. And all I got for this one is that the verse riff is super Baroness. Like, that is John Baisley as shit. Then Dagger. Dagger is a lot different than anything, like, pretty much that I've ever really heard from them. Not much is going on in it. I mean, it just kind of feels like a long interlude, but they do, like, change up, like, the drum beat occasionally, and then it just has, like, a really cool mood. And then whenever he's saying the price we pay to know you, I really like how he's hitting that vocal note. And then that continues into Had It All, which has some really great acoustic parts, and it kind of continues that vibe that Dagger was doing. It's just a nice break after, it's like a 90-minute record, and there's like this like 10-minute break where it just kind of like backs off a bit and just kind of soothes you, as well as Mastodon can soothe. But then it kicks right back up with Savage Lands, and it's just a pretty solid, heavy song. Just not one of my favorite ones, but it's pretty solid. Gobblers of Dregs, I think the first half is just kind of alright, but then like somewhere in the middle, like it breaks off and there's like a little hi-hat jamming, and then like the rest of the song I think is really good. It's just that first half that's just kind of whatever. And then Eyes of Serpents, I think this could have been like a title track, because nothing screams the concept of hushed and grim more than this song. From the riffs to the vocals, it really does give you that feeling of like your doom is quietly approaching you. And yeah, I think that this one is my favorite song off disc 2, probably. And then the album ends with Gigantium, which has more piano stuff, which I really like, and then more soloing, but that's about all I got for that one. So that's the album. Like I said, that's why I didn't stick to my usual format, because like a lot of these songs, it's just like, yeah, I've noticed this part in this song, but that's about it. So overall, I think disc 1 is significantly stronger than disc 2. Just disc 2 just has a lot of moments that I don't care for too much, but like disc 1, like the only songs are like, the Beast and the Crux, which I don't really get down with that hard, but like, yeah, the 3 singles and the Pain with an Anchor, I think are really great songs. Lots of parts and aspects I like in like pretty much all the songs, but I don't like them enough to consider them like standout songs. So I definitely didn't like this album as much as I thought I was going to, but still, I mean, I've heard it like 4 or 5 times at this point, and the fact that I've only had like a couple words to say about some of the songs really says something, because it's a lot of your standard Mastodon stuff, except I think this one definitely has like, I don't think it's a coincidence that it was released near Halloween, because there's a lot of like haunting stuff on this album. So yeah, that's about it. Be sure to let me know what you think about the album, and stay tuned very soon, because we will be ranking all 8 albums, and I hope that one doesn't get me in as much hot water as this Dream Theater one has, because people, as I expected, people are not happy about the fact that I don't like Metropolis Part 2 that much, or Awake. But other than that, thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll see you all very soon.